I feel that it's important to have this platform for you to be able to sit with us and we can ask our questions and get an understanding, because no knock, but sometimes they're in our room and out so fast. And I know that you all have to be. And I've sat with you, my kids have sat with you at your office to see you about things, and you take time with us. And so I know that this is a great time for them to get to experience that same thing as well.
Well, a couple of things, the scriptures you talked about, did you ever think about the concept of wisdom coming before health, or wisdom and health being linked in any way? What does wisdom look like? And that wisdom is from the Lord, and that wisdom is in my head, and that wisdom is part of my spirit, and that wisdom is the way that my brain works, and then thinking about how that's lived out in our bodies. So that's the first thing. I always want to leave my patients and people with this. Who's paying who in that office? I'm paying you? That's right, you're paying me. So who's the employer? You're the employer. I'm the employee. So you know how at the end of the visit you're confused and they're moving really fast and they're like, okay, I'll see you in a year. And you're sitting there going, I don't even know what just happened. I tell people, well, why did you leave? What'd they do, pick you up and take you to your car? You could actually sit there. And when the MA comes in to clean the room, you're still sitting there. And the MA will say, why are you still sitting here? And you'll say, I had more questions. I guess they were rushing, but I'm not done. How about I shouldn't be done as the doctor till you're done? That my job is to make sure you're reassured, you physically feel better, and that you're happy with the interaction that we had. And if I haven't checked off those 3 boxes, I didn't do my job. But I think what happens is I think people get really caught up in, we're smart and, we're the authority in the room and all that. But don't forget, I'm the employee. So if you're not satisfied with the visit, there's a way for you to respectfully say, I'm dissatisfied with the visit. And one of them might be to not get up and leave or say, excuse me, I had some questions. So then what do you say when I say, I've got other people waiting? That's not your doctor. So if I'm telling you I need more time, and now sometimes what I'll do, and we've had to do that in the office with the girls, sometimes I'll say, let me run and see a couple of 3 patients real quick. Then I can come back after I've knocked out a couple of patients, then come back and really sit with you. How about that? Do you have a half an hour to wait? Let me run and see a couple of patients, and I'll come back and sit with you. You have more questions, I'm absolutely here for you. So what about that space that, I'm honored to take care of you, and I understand that you are the employer and I'm the employee. So that's the first thing. The other thing I'm thinking is, as women, a lot of times I think we're treated like we're whining and complaining. Whining and complaining. Well, this is just what women go through. Well, this is what puberty looks like. Well, this is what happens when you're pregnant. Well, this is what happens when you're postpartum. Well, this is what happens when you're perimenopausal, and this is what happens when you have menopause. That's just how it is. Well, how about that's not a satisfying life? And how about there are things that we can do? And how about can you point me even in the right direction? I had someone tell me recently when they started trying to talk to their doctor about menopause that the doctor said, here's a pamphlet, read it, and then call me if you have any questions. Now, how many pieces of paper do y'all get leaving the doctor's office? Too many. How many do you actually read? None. So if I'm telling you, here's a pamphlet, I'm basically saying this, that what's important to you is not important to me. And that, again, may not be your doctor. Okay? Now, you understand, really good doctors, you're going to wait to see them. People tell me all the time, I tried to make an appointment. It was going to be 3 months out. Take the 3 months out. Take the appointment. Because in 3 months, when you still hadn't seen anybody, you could have been in to see that person. Then ask him to put you on the list, call list if anybody cancels, or call weekly and say, did anyone cancel? But really good people, you're going to wait for, and that's okay too. Okay. Kind of what we want to talk about for us as women is all the different shades, I guess, of what it looks like to be female. all the different lifestyle patterns. What is it to be a girl? What is it to be a preteen? What is it to be a teen? And what are the hormonal fluctuations that happen? And what happens to us when we're having those hormonal fluctuations, right? So what are the two most irritable times? We were just talking about this. Teenagers and menopausal women. So what's happened? What's in between that? In between that is your reproductive years. Before that and after that, your hormones are figuring themselves out. Preteen time and teen time, puberty, is estrogen levels getting together to start making an egg every month. Before that happens, before it's happening regularly, it's so much fluctuation. And you guys know estrogen, which is the primary hormone for women, and progesterone. Those are the two primary hormones. Both of those come out of the ovary. So we do a little anatomy. There's a little pear down in your pelvis. That's your uterus. That's where the baby grows when you get pregnant. That's what sheds when you bleed, the uterus. Coming off the sides of the uterus are these two tubes called the fallopian tubes. And the fallopian tubes connect the ovary to the uterus, right? So when the egg comes out, the fallopian tube grabs that egg, and in the fallopian tube, if there's sperm present, then the pregnancy occurs there in the tube, travels down, and implants itself into the uterus. How does the body know you're pregnant? Hormones are emitted when that egg or that embryo implants. If there's no implantation, that progesterone that comes out to support the uterus, that level drops and you get your period. The only time you have progesterone in your body is when you have ovulated or when you're pregnant. The only two times. And progesterone is what makes the cycle regular. Ovulation, the egg coming out every month. So what happens to us in menopause? The estrogen levels drop, our ovary starts to die. And when the ovary starts to die, estrogen levels start to drop. We don't ovulate regularly. Our periods get irregular. Our body that's used to having regular estrogen is deprived of that, and all kinds of things happen. Brain fog, hot flashes, vaginal dryness, decreased sexual desire, wrinkling of the skin, dryness of the vagina, more urinary tract infections, all of that stuff, okay? So then I'm going to just talk about generally, just talk about inflammation. You know, inflammation is the big talk now too. Inflammation is everywhere, everywhere. Where does it come from? Mostly it's coming from what we eat. What we eat. I'm thinking about when I was, when my three kids were still at home and I was in full-time private practice, and how often I gave them quick processed food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I really thought that English muffin, egg, and a slice of American processed cheese was a good breakfast. And I really thought that McDonald's or Pizza Hut or something was a good dinner. I could get it in them on the way home, so by the time we got home, we could get homework done, and we can get to bed by 10. So it became a matter of convenience. Who can get that? That a lot of our eating is happening by convenience, right? So anything that's processed, anything you're getting out of the freezer and throwing in the toaster, anything you're putting in the microwave, anything you can grab in the drive-through and eat before you get home so the kids didn't know you stopped at McDonald's, right? All of that stuff and all of that processed food, I call that food-ish. Sort of like food, but not really food. And then what happens with all of that processed stuff? Carboxy dehydrogenated cellulose sodium. If you look at the, right, you look at the ingredients of something, your body has nowhere to put that stuff. It exists so that stuff can stay on the shelf longer. It exists so it can stay in the freezer longer. It exists so it's greener, redder, yellower, so it's saltier, so it's sweeter, so we like it more. And so your body has to actually maintain a level of fat in order to put all of that processed stuff because it doesn't know what to do with those compounds. Does that make sense? Right? So you know how you're eating that 100-calorie Oreo Thins packet? What you think's in that? Carboxydehydrogenated cellulose sodium. So it's 100 calories, only 100 calories, but in order for my body to be able to do anything with it, it's got to maintain a layer of fat in order to put that chemical. Does that make sense? So you're eating your 100-calorie Oreo Thins, and you're not losing anything, or the tire is still there, right? So what is that going to take? Then we start talking about food deserts, where we need good, healthy food, right? How much more expensive is organic strawberries than just the regular strawberries? $2.88 for 16 ounces of regular strawberries, $5.99 for organic strawberries. So then you have to ask yourself, now let's put it in the budget. I say if you can't get to the $6 for 16 ounces of strawberries right now, but you can buy the $2.88, buy them. And then be sure to wash them well. All right? Certainly $2.88 for strawberries, or what could I get I could get a loaf of bread for $2.88? Maybe, right? How healthy is that? Then we're talking about gluten. I'm sure you've heard about that. Anybody heard about the gut microbiome? Gut health. Let's talk about that for a minute. That has been associated with everything. The gut microbiome, and a microbiome are the bacteria that live in your gut normally. And then what we're doing to change those good, healthy bacteria into bacteria that want nothing but decarboxyhydrogenase sodium, almost to the point where they're craving it. And that gut is telling you, ooh, should I get $2.88 for strawberries, or should I just go on and get the McGriddle? Right? Anybody notice that apples are redder and sweeter, oranges are oranger? That when you eat French fries, you just want to, I say I'm gonna only eat two, but Lay's, no one can eat just one. Is it possible that they're actually making food in a way that we crave it? So if you're eating a bag of chips, does an apple even sound appealing? If you're used to eating French fries 3 times a week, will an apple be satisfying? How many times do you buy fruit and put it on the counter and it spoils because you forgot it was there, and now you just think about the $2.88 you just spent on those strawberries you didn't eat, but if I'd gotten $2.88 in a bag of Lay's, they'd have been gone. So then your brain says, probably shouldn't buy the strawberries because I'm not going to eat them, but I should buy the Lay's because they'll be gone tonight. All of that is causing inflammation in the gut, associated with Alzheimer's, associated with obesity, associated with worsening menopausal symptoms, associated with colon cancer, associated with high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. All of that. And we used to just say, if you're eating a high-fat diet, expect to be obese and have high blood pressure. Now we're seeing people who are thin, right? And they still are having a heart attack. Thin and having a stroke. Because the quality of our food, the food-ish that we're putting in our bodies, is getting less and less and less healthy. And who remembers ho-hos and ding-dongs and ho-hos? Love a ho-ho. Who loves a donut? Love a donut. Who loves ice cream? Love me some ice cream. When I was little, if you're 50 and above, raise your hand. 50 and above. I had ice cream once in the summer. One time, my granddaddy used to make it, or we went to Dairy Queen one time in the summer. Now I pretty much had ice cream in the freezer for my kids every day. What is that like for our bodies to have sugar and that kind of access to sugar every single day? How cheap and how accessible it is, and how busy our lives are, and how convenient it is, and how much inflammation is going, and how unhealthy we are. So why are we unhealthier as black people than, let's say, white folk? Any ideas about that? How about the way we cook? Yeah? I'll repeat it. Say that again. Disconnect. The disconnect in healthcare literacy. You like that? I like that. How about access to good grocery stores? How about sidewalks where you could actually get out and walk? How about understanding what healthy food is? How about we love a savory collard greens, barbecue, chitlins, macaroni, and cheese? Ooh, and give me the sweet, sweet tea. You could throw the lemonade on there if you want to, but if you don't want to, give me the sweet, sweet tea. Come on. So all of that is kind of the cultural way that we eat, and we call a salad rabbit food. I am not a rabbit, we say. Which is healthier, kale salad or cooked kale? Kale salad, why? It's raw. How about when we even make the kale or have the kale salad, who pulled the stalk out the middle? Got to pull that stalk out. Don't nobody want that stalk? The stalk, the crunchiest stuff, is the healthiest, the best for the gut. Y'all got it? You hear what I'm saying? So we're pulling out the good stuff and throwing it in the garbage disposal. Why? Because that's the way it tastes better. That's what I like. At what point do we say what I like is killing me early? And then we got to talk about comfort eating. So when I say, all right, this week I'm not going to Chick-fil-A, and then I had a bad day or a bad morning, and I know if I have Chick-fil-A, I'm going to feel better and I'll be able to get through the day. Raise your hand. That's totally me. Stress me out, and food is where I'm going to go. Legal, cheap, and convenient. So where do we get that? Where do we get that wisdom that we're talking about in the Word for my temple so that I can live a healthy life, so that I can glorify God in all that I am and all that I do? Who also gets, this is not about how big you are. There's a beautiful big woman in the building. Walking down the street, this is not fat shaming, none of that. When you're talking about cute, y'all are cute. We're talking about health and we're talking about longevity. One of the reasons I wanted to talk about it in this way to start was for my younger women. How about if you're under the age of 40? Raise your hand, under the age of 40. Beautiful. Under the age of 30. Beautiful. Any teenagers under the age of 20? Teenagers? Beautiful. So what happens is you turn 40, you weigh 50 pounds more than you did when you graduated from high school. Your blood pressure's up. You're pre-diabetic. Your doctor says, we got to do something about all this at 40. But I want my 19-year-old, my 23-year-old to start thinking about that now. How am I eating now? For all of us over the age of 50, right? We're trying to reverse all the bad stuff we did before we turned 40. Before somebody tells you, I got to start you on medication, I got to start you on another medication, I got to get you exercising, we got to get this weight off, I want you to have that to begin with. So what if we used fast food, processed food, the way it's supposed to be, which is every now and again? What if we said we're going to go to Chick-fil-A one day a week? What if we said on Sunday we're going to meal prep for the week for work? What if we said I'm going to eat raw fruits and vegetables, 3-5 servings a day? The recommended daily allowance is 5 to 8 servings of fresh fruits and vegetables a day. How many cuties, right? Bag of clementines, little oranges. apples. Bananas, okay. But think of, we want the roughage. That white stuff that you pull off of your orange. You know how you pull all that what? That's the good stuff. That again is your fiber. Okay, so how do I say it? How do we do it? We got to have accountability. My best friend is sitting right there, Miss Angelia Howell. Got me into a program called the 40-Day Turn-Up that changed the way that I live my life. 40-Day Turn-Up? Very interesting, because it is restrictive to start. No sugar, no alcohol, no milk. What else do we not have? No liquor. What else? Right. No starches, no bread. So then you say, how do I eat? What did we eat? Meat. We could have cheese. We could have vegetables. Meat, cheese, vegetable. So it's almost like eating kind of keto. Protein, vegetable. Plant-based carbs, not gluten-based carbs. No bread, no rice, no pasta, no potatoes. What would that look like? Who believes and understands that we were educated and thought that a meal has a protein, a meat, a vegetable, and a starch? A couple of them. A piece of bread and macaroni and cheese. Cornbread and macaroni and cheese. Collard greens, there's your right vegetable. Your meat, your barbecue chicken, your macaroni and cheese, and your cornbread. So what would it look like if I had green beans, collard greens, and barbecue chicken? What if I said, I'm gonna only have that starch 1 day a week? How much weight could I lose? How much inflammation could I cure? How much gut health could I have? How many pills could I come off of? And so then we have to ask ourselves, is it worth it? In the middle of the day, is that somebody's continuous glucose monitor going off? Did you hear that? Someone's continuous glucose monitor. So I'm diabetic. I wear a continuous glucose monitor, and it shows me what my sugars are doing when I eat certain foods. Really fantastic. If you are diabetic or pre-diabetic, and if you're a teacher, you can get it. If you pre-diabetic, you can get it. If you work for Wellstar, I work for Wellstar, you can get it. So look for that. That even gives you more information. Diabetic patients, and you don't have to tell me who you are, you absolutely should be wearing a continuous glucose monitor. Because it's going to show you, when I eat a banana, my blood sugar is 200. When I eat a strawberry, my blood sugar doesn't go over 100. Certain fruits and vegetables have higher what's called glycemic index than others, and we can keep our blood sugar low. Okay, now let's talk about inflammation and menopause. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to talk about strawberries. Who thinks that smoothies are like super duper healthy? Smoothies, healthy? Great. Did you know that if you take a strawberry and eat it straight out of the carton, your blood sugar will raise not at all? If you take the same strawberry and mash it up and it goes right to sugar, my blood sugar will be 200. It's the way that your body is digesting it. Once I have taken all of that crunchy, juicy, kind of the firmness of it out, and it now becomes a liquid, a juice, it is nothing but sugar. I know. Now, is a smoothie better than a McGriddle? Yes. But is it better than a fruit salad? No. Why are smoothies, why do people like them? Convenient. I can make it and have it in the same container, put the top on it, and get in the car. And just a sippity sip, sip, sipping, blood sugar 250. Or I could take a bowl of fruit and take it with me in the car and eat those grapes and eat those strawberries and eat those blueberries. Blood sugar maybe get to 125. So it's the way that your body perceives it when it gets to your mouth, when it gets to your stomach. Isn't that interesting? No chewing of it, right? I'm swallowing it right down, and it goes right to sugar. Anything to? I'm just saying. Is it healthier? Yes. Is it the best we can do? No. So what I want you to be with is be present. Be present with yourself. There's something about my saying, I have a commitment to myself that this is the way that I'm going to eat today. And then I have to look on the days that I'm at work, very stressful. So what does that look like for me? Can I tell myself I'm not going to have any processed food until Friday night? Could I do that? And then how do I reward myself at the end of the day? I have the best strawberries and blueberries. Can I add a vanilla yogurt with that? Can I do nuts with that? Can I retrain my tongue to say what is good for me tastes good? But you understand, that takes a reset. It takes a reset. You might even consider when you're making this change to detox, to fast, to do it on a weekend. You're not working. Arden's Garden has a really good detox, and that detox is a cleanse of your intestine, right? Get all that stuff out, not give yourself the stuff that tastes savory and salty for 48 hours, and then on Monday, go hard and fast. So to think that you can eat McGriddles on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you're ready to go with blueberries on Saturday, probably not going to happen. But that hard reset is a 2-day detox, and then start completely fresh. And I think we can do that as a group of women together. And I think that we can partner with one another. And I think we can say, I got to do something different. And what's going on over there, mama? High or low? You got a smoothie in that cup? Shoot, she forgot to take her shot. Hey, let's talk about that. Let's talk about I ain't claiming hypertension. Let's talk about I ain't claiming diabetes. How about I ask somebody if they have high blood pressure and they tell me no because I take my medicine? Well, how about, well, it looks like they prescribed you a blood pressure pill. Yeah, but it ran out. Well, you think that high blood pressure is cured by high blood pressure medicine? Can you cure it? If I give you 30 days worth and you don't go get the refill, do you think those 30 days, now you don't have high blood pressure anymore? High blood pressure is controlled with the medication, and without it, it's not controlled. I've had people say, I know, I'm not going to take the medicine, I'm going to just exercise. Okay, so your blood pressure, I'm going to give you a number, 150 over 90, right? We like 140 over 90 or lower. For healthy young women, less than 120 over 80. You get to 130 over 80, the studies say within 2 years, you're going to have real high blood pressure. So if you're running around in the 130s over 80s right now, within 2 years with no changes, you will have strict and straight up high blood pressure, 140 over 90, and be started on medication. So we really want less than 120 over 80. If someone comes in 150 over 90, that means their heart is under a little bit of strain, right? Because their blood pressure is a little bit too high. And they say, I'm not going to take the medicine that the doctor prescribed that I agreed to take when I left the office. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to exercise and come back and see him in 3 months. So now you're putting your heart under more strain because you're exercising and your heart is beating faster and harder against a blood pressure that's already high. So you're more at risk of heart failure, heart attack, and worsening blood pressure. So I tell people until your blood pressure is controlled, I don't want you doing a lot of cardiovascular exercise because that strains your heart even more. Does that make sense? So we got to claim it, y'all. Claim doesn't mean it defines you. Claim doesn't mean that you're never going to come off the medication. Claim doesn't mean that you're not believing on the Lord. Claim means that I'm going to be real with what's going on in my body, and I'm going to protect myself the best way I can, and I'm going to start on this medicine, and I'm going to make good choices in my eating and my exercise. Is it healthy if you're on 4 blood pressure medicines, 2 diabetes medicines, your blood pressure number is good, your diabetes numbers are good, you're eating McGriddles for breakfast every day, and you're letting the medication take care of the numbers? Does everybody get that? I've had people say, oh yeah, I'm diabetic and have high blood pressure, but my numbers are good, I'm in good shape. And they're on 4 medications for their blood pressure and 2 medications for their diabetes, and they're eating McGriddles. So get that, that's still not healthy. It's protective, it's better, but wouldn't we rather not be on the medicines? And are we willing to do then what it would take to get off of them? Okay. Questions about any of that? And there are no silly questions. Yes, ma'am.
For the glucose monitor, where you say you can get it for teachers or like if you're pre-diabetic, where would you get it from?
So a glucose monitor, continuous glucose monitor, has everybody seen those on the back of people's arm, little white disc? You'd have to go to your primary care and say, I'm pre-diabetic, can I get that? I'm diabetic, can I get that? Now, they're actually coming out with one that anybody can buy. It's not giving you minute by minute glucose, like my sister up here in the front. It gives it about every 15 minutes. But it'll give you an idea throughout the day of what your blood sugars are doing based on what you're eating. So you have to be prescribed by your doctor. Great question. Yes?
What's your thought about reversal? You hear if you even have if you're diabetic or high blood pressure, is it a thing to reverse? Because I hear from my white doctors that you can't reverse.
Okay, so the question is, can you reverse chronic hypertension or high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes? Can you reverse them? When you say reverse, do you mean cure? When you say cure, do you mean eliminate? Okay, so let's think of those words, right? Eliminate, let's say. What would it mean for us to get rid of type 2 diabetes? Absolutely reversible, curable, and can be eliminated. How do we do that? It's going to be decreasing the fat content in your body, decreasing the fat content in your body, and that would be by diet and by exercise. I'm going to say diet first, because who's with me out here? Sometimes when I exercise, then I want to go eat a McGriddle. I exercise today, so I can eat this. Rather than I exercise today, and that means my caloric count is even better, let me have a bowl of strawberries and blueberries. Okay, so yes, you absolutely can eliminate type 2 diabetes. And let's talk about fasting. Anybody heard of intermittent fasting?
Yes.
Intermittent fasting. We intermittently fast when we go to sleep. That counts. Okay, so you go to bed, let's say at 11 o'clock, you wake up at 7, that's 8 hours of fasting. We think we need breakfast. We were raised, we had to have 3 meals a day. So let's go all the way back to caveman times. You think they had 3 meals a day? Do you think food was plentiful? So they were hunters and gatherers. They had to walk around and look for berries. They might go a whole day and not eat at all. They might go a week without eating any meat because they got to hunt that down. So is it possible for us not to eat 3 meals a day? Is it healthy for us not to eat 3 meals a day? Some people think it's not healthy because the USDA says you're supposed to eat 3 meals a day. It also says you're supposed to have a protein, a starch, and a vegetable on your plate. Why do you think that is? Is anybody making money off this? Do y'all get that? People making money. High fructose corn syrup, addictive. All that savory Lay's potato chips and what's in them, addictive. The redness of the apple, the sweetness of the apple that they're adding, addictive. Because if we're addicted to it, we can't help ourselves. McGriddle, McGriddle, McGriddle. Who wants a strawberry? Who wants an apple? You got that? Now, let's think about pharmaceutical companies. Anybody making money there? So if me, the pharmaceutical company, and the USDA get together, ooh, we making some serious money. Because then I can get you addicted to high fructose corn syrup and all the sodas and the candy and all that. And then you become diabetic, and now I can put you on 4 medications. Now your blood pressure goes up, I can put you, now your cholesterol, I can put you on that. Now we got a little aspirin in there too. Oh, then you have a heart attack. This is great. Then we talk about the insurance companies. Is someone making money there? Okay, so you got to go to the doctor more often. So then you get admitted to the hospital because you're sick. And then you got to get that stent procedure on your heart. And then you got to go to cardiac rehab. Oh, this is great. Everybody got that? So it's a cycle of sick care, starting with food. I see you. Let's go with you first.
Hello, everyone. So I have a lot of questions. I'm trying to process them.
Yeah. Yes.
Especially, I just had a smoothie, so I felt.
You felt some kind of way. She had a smoothie, felt some kind of way.
I did. But I wanted to circle back towards the processed food because being a busy mom
Yes.
and trying to pack meals, you try to get the ones with the less ingredients.
Yes.
Even like the turkey meat, I try to get the gluten-wise.
Yes.
What do we do?
Okay.
Because it's just like you don't want to set yourself up for, like your children up for failure.
Yes.
Well, baby, ain't enough hours in the day. Go make a sandwich. So, where can we find a healthy balance that is realistic to a parent who may be,
This is awesome. Everybody heard what she said. I am doing my best to feed these kids, get them in the bed on time, get their homework done, the project, food. How convenient can I make it? So this is going to become, and then don't forget, when we're giving the kids all this processed food, when we try to give them an apple, they don't want it. All right, they don't want it. So there's a conversation with them, first of all. How long does it take to make a salad, really? Since it's in a bag now? I don't have to even cut the lettuce. So what if it's a huge salad? Half the plate is salad, and then you pick. Could it be tuna fish? I'm making it up. We're really not supposed to be having a lot of deli meat. Everybody get that deli meat is just a whole bunch of more processed stuff. If you had to throw a couple of pieces of turkey on there, I'm going to give it to you. Because I'd rather have them have a salad with some turkey on it even than a turkey sandwich because the bread. But, yeah.
you can answer this afterwards, but how do you go about changing their palate now? Because that's another thing. Like when you
Changing their palate. So that is a conversation first. Y'all just figured out all this processed food. Y'all aren't going to want anything else. You know, they want the chicken nuggets and the fries. That's what they want. And I'm tired. It's been the end of the day. I don't feel like hearing it. Let's get chicken nuggets and fries. So listen, we're going to make a push for healthy eating on the weekends, and we're all going to do it together. We're all going to have an apple and some yogurt for breakfast and a bottle of water for breakfast, all of us. And we're going to sit and look at each other and go,
Let me interject this too, because my mom used to say when my kids were little, they get hungry enough, they'll eat. So the thing is, if we remove the options, in many cases, they will eventually get hungry enough and they will eat what's available. Now, don't let your mom guilt take over, because you recognize, as we're making this change, this is what's best for them. They have no clue what's best for them, babe. And so like she said, go slow, but go. They will eat eventually. The other thing, I always believe that everything is in the house that we need, right? So with that being said, so Octavia takes care of me and Pastor, and she makes sure that, whenever my people give me the list of stuff I can't eat, I don't even look at it. I just be like, fix it. Just take whatever, take out, fix it. So Tay, can you work on something for families with small kids?
That's awesome.
Options
That's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? And then give them like a shopping plan or things. And then that way they can, we'll work on that and we will send that
I love
out
that.
for small kids. Yes.
started on a weekend. Everybody's doing it together. I understand that your body's gonna try to reject this because they got it set up so that your body will reject it. They want you to be addicted. They want you to have the McGriddle and the fries, that you gotta have the chicken nuggets, right? So you gotta sit down and tell the kids, even the little ones, we're gonna be healthy. We're gonna be healthy. Look at what's in the schools for lunch. Y'all see that? Pizza, grilled cheese sandwich, chicken nuggets. It was cheaper than giving them what I had for lunch, meatloaf, mashed potato, and green beans. It's cheaper for them to give them processed food. So there's that. Hold on one sec. Yes. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
When you came in, because I came in late with my mom. But
No
I have
problem.
two things. I
Yes.
separately if you need to. First thing is, I have my Fitbit a couple years ago identified AFib.
Yes.
I had no idea what it was.
Okay.
Finally, I had to go to the doctor, and I said, my Fitbit identified AFib. So, of course, they sent me to the heart surgeon.
Yes.
To wear a monitor.
Yes.
And he called me at work one day and said, how you feel? I said, I feel all right. And he said, well, we just had a reading from your monitor that your heart went up.
AFib.
And I didn't feel it.
Okay.
And so,
Can I stop real quick and tell them what AFib is, and then you keep going? Yeah, keep standing. So, atrial fibrillation. There's four chambers of the heart: top part, bottom part. Top parts are called the atria chambers, and the bottoms are called ventricles. The ventricles do the real push to get your pulse out to your body from the heart. The top part's a filling that brings oxygenated blood into the bottom part to pump it out. So the whole heart is all based on electricity. It's an electrical pulse that says boom, 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 and that pathway comes down. So her atria, the top part, wiggle instead of pumping. Wiggle instead of pumping. And when they wiggle and don't pump, blood just what we call eddies around or just swirls around in that chamber and has a chance to become a clot. Because it's not moving, it's just swirling around in there. That's why they asked her, how you feeling? Because a lot of times the whole heart is beating so fast, people get short of breath and dizzy, but she was feeling fine. Go ahead, what's the rest of your story?
so my question is, they put
Yes.
me on the medication, and I said, well, I hate taking medicine. How long do I have to take this medication? Well, we'll just try it until the end of your trial. So at the end of the trial, when I went back in, they checked it, they said, okay, you gotta take it for life. For life.
Okay.
I said, another blood thinner, because I have, not blood thinner, blood thinner.
Yes.
Blood pressure medicine. So I'm not happy with that, so, and you're probably gonna say something, but I'm supposed to take it twice a day.
Uh-huh.
When in the beginning, I did take it twice a day, but you gotta keep the medicine in the same containers, and it's just inconvenient for me.
So her medication is inconvenient, y'all. Who agrees that medication is inconvenient? It's inconvenient. What happens to you, my love, my sweet darling, if you don't take your medication and you stay in AFib and it's swirling around in there? What's your risk? Stroke and heart attack. Stroke and heart attack. So, yes. Let me tell you what I'm going to say. You hired me to be your doctor. You hired your cardiologist to be your doctor. So when you as the employer have hired them and they tell you what to do and you don't do it, then you're really wasting your own money. But anyway, go ahead. Yes.
Is it reversible? Because I don't want to take the medicine for the rest of my life. I mean,
Okay, so I love you, and I'm gonna talk to you straight up. What's it worth to you? How inconvenient is this medication? Are you willing to do 5 to 8 servings of raw fruits and vegetables a day and cut out meat from your diet? You can do it? If you could do that, and wait a minute, who partnering with her? I'm gonna give you my cell phone number. Me and Angelia, we hop on you. I'm serious, because let's see, and I'm just looking at you. I'm gonna look at you, right? I'm a doctor, I'm looking at you. You weigh about 200. A little bit, I see,
I'm down 85 pounds since
85 pounds. How did you do that?
I did that. Well, I tried to do it on my own. But
Yeah.
I did have a sleeve in 23.
Had a sleeve in 23. Let's give it up for the sleeve. Okay?
I'm 50 and they did put me on Ozempic recently.
Let's give it up for Ozempic.
Has brought my A1C down from pre-diabetic to regular now. And
Let's give it up for regular.
I'm eligible now, and I have to have a hip replacement, so I'm
Okay.
getting a hip. I'm eligible for that now.
Okay.
My weight has dropped down, so.
Hey, who knows that inflammation in your diet causes arthritis? Okay? So let's talk. And how old are you? 64. 61. Okay, I'm 62. And you're 60. We got you. We got you all the way down. Is it reversible? Is this really now saying that the inflammation in your body, your prediabetes, your high blood pressure, the obesity have caused an abnormality in the way that your heart functions? So I would say let's go anti-inflammatory diet, right? Are you still on the Ozempic? And I want to talk about shots with you guys too. Still on the Ozempic, weight still coming down? You eating more than one meal a day? Okay, on Ozempic, you really could do easily one meal a day. How much water are you drinking a day? Straight water. Okay, everybody get that. Be, girl, and be menopausal. Who want to have a full bladder? Full bladder ever? Never. Please don't give me a full bladder. If there's not a bathroom in where I can see it, I don't want to have a full bladder. My bladder has a mind of its own. I come home from a shift and I see the driveway and my bladder goes, "Oh, we're home." No, we're not home. This is a driveway. Oh, okay, we're in the driveway. Are we home? No, we're not home. And let me drop my keys trying to get in the front door. It's over. So I get it. So, and you're still teaching during the day? Monday through Friday, full time. Okay, so we'll talk about that part. Okay, but we got to get you hydrating because that dehydrates you. Dehydration is like taking your blood that should be like wine and making it like ketchup. So now we got ketchup swirling around in the heart, not taking your medicine twice a day or whatever you're supposed to be doing, and we're putting you at more risk. So I would like to, I'd rather see you do a full bottle, 16 ounces. Y'all, this is what to do. Everybody taking supplements? Any supplements in the room? Supplements? And we will talk about supplements because I want you to have that. If you're taking supplements first thing in the morning, do your 16 ounces, one full bottle, first thing in the morning with your medication for the day. That gives you a quarter of what you need. So then you could wait until school at about 2, 3? 3? Can you start drinking at 2? Kids leave at 3. That's a whole nother bottle at 2, 16 ounces, just 16. Then you have another one for dinner, would get you to 48, 3 bottles, and I want you to have 4 bottles of water a day, 4 bottles. Now, for the difficult of us, who really don't like straight water, who has difficulty drinking straight water, I will give you a little bit of decarboxyhydrated sodium in a Crystal Light to be able to get the hydration in to get you started. Okay? I could do lemonade easier than I can do straight water some days. So I'll give it to you, dilute it out, add a little lemon, a little Splenda, something like that to get our water in because we need the hydration. It's part of our anti-inflammatory diet. All right. So is it completely curable? I'm going to say no. Would it be better when we get the rest of the weight off, right? Get you hydrating and get you on a more plant-based anti-inflammatory diet. And me and Angela, you got her? Okay, that's my girl. We got you.
One more thing.
Yes.
I won't take long, but this is something to do with the pharmaceuticals making money.
Yes.
So I had blood work done this year.
Yes.
That's when I noticed that my A1C had gone down.
Yes.
And I looked at all my levels. I look at them every time and compare them.
Yeah.
So some kind of way she popped up, and I didn't see this
Yeah.
because it's not there. She says your cholesterol is not good.
Okay.
She automatically prescribed me that whatever medicine.
Statin.
The statin.
Yeah.
And I've never heard good things about statins, but I tried them, and all it really did to me was make the arthritis in my back make my body hurt more. And so my whole legs, I mean, I'm walking around like I have tree trunks through a building that's up and down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
And so I texted her, and she didn't respond me back. I had to send another nice, nasty message.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't respond back to me because I can't take this medicine. So I did my research, and it says you can't just automatically stop it. So she finally responded and said, just go ahead and stop it. However, I did read that if you have it, you start at 10 milligrams. She's starting at 40 milligrams.
That's because of your risk. It was the right thing. There's a whole algorithm that tells us how to prescribe it. You are at such high risk of heart attack and stroke, my love. She had to start you at a moderate intensity. She had to. And if she'd started you at 80, she'd have been right because of your risk. And then you got to ask yourself, would you rather have a really sore tree trunk leg, or would you rather, which would you rather? And I wasn't making fun of anyone. You've seen it. Claw hand, screw your face. I'm not making fun. You've seen it. Which would you rather?
I'd rather not have the pain and ignore this, but, so the question with that is,
That's a big butt. It was a big butt, right? Big butt.
she told me to stay off of it for 2 weeks. It's been about 3, and my legs, the same pain I had before is still there. But the additional pain with that statin is not. She did something recently.
Tell me about is your diet high in cholesterol? Are you a cheese, egg person?
I'm not a cheese egg person. I'm a yogurt person.
Yogurt person. So that means that you have something in your genetics that say your cholesterol's high. Now, you must be straight about a statin. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to be on a statin the moment I was diagnosed as diabetic. 2014. Oh, I'm not doing that. No, I have no cardiovascular risk in my family. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. My PA sat me down one day and said, Karla, did you know that statins are the only medication that's been proven to decrease all-cause mortality? The only medicine that's been proven to decrease all-cause cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, mortality. And he was right. And so I started taking it. And immediately, now I cramp. I have cramping. I'm sure it's from my statin. My LDL is under 100 for the first time in my life. LDL is the bad cholesterol for the first time in my life. And I eat healthy. It had to have been, it's the risk of it's your cardiac risk, baby, that she put you on the statin. So your number has to be less than 70, your LDL. So let's look at numbers. Me and you'll look at numbers. But first thing for you is going to be anti-inflammatory diet. How much exercise are you getting? Right? And then that's when we'll be able to tell. Then we'll be able to say, we'll do the very best we can for your heart. Because your heart is kind of damaged, and the AFib is there, if that makes sense. So the electrical pattern is kind of off. And there's nothing that you can do for that except put yourself on that blood thinner so you don't have the swirling and the stroke, and rate control. Are you on metoprolol? Is that the medicine? Metoprolol is a rate controller. It's going to slow your heart rate down so you can get a maximum push to keep your heart from squiggling and wiggling around. And that's the one you're supposed to take twice a day. So, the metoprolol? Both of them are twice a day? Yeah, so we'll talk. Was that good? Yes. Was that helpful to everybody? Okay, good. Was there somebody on this side? Yes.
So, yes, ma'am. My question is, do you all put in place for kids that have like ADHD or healthy diet?
Ooh, that's really good. She's talking about ADHD in kids. ADHD in kids and diet. You know that the sugars are going to get them, right? Everybody knows that. So you're going to throw that high fructose corn syrup, and that's in juices too, guys. Sodas, Kool-Aid, juice. For your ADHD kids is going to be a problem. Processed food, a problem. Then if you have them on medication, even getting them to eat anything is trouble, a problem. My kids, both of my boys, were one ADD and one ADHD, had to have meds in order to manage their day, right? I had to figure out what they would eat because otherwise they would go the whole day and not eat anything. So we did egg, cheese, and toast in the morning that I cooked. Man, I can make a really mean scrambled egg in the microwave. I mean, it is really, and it's the size of the bowl, so it comes right out on the toast. It's really nice. Real cheese, real bread. So they would eat that, and they would eat Slim Jims for lunch. Now, you know that's processed. But they wouldn't eat an apple. They wouldn't eat it because they were on the medication, suppress their appetite, right? So I knew that. And then I had to be careful what they ate in the evening. And I didn't do that great at it because I was busy. But will they do better with an anti-inflammatory diet on an ADHD? Yes. And make sure they hydrate. Kids do not hydrate. And kids that don't hydrate get constipated, just like us. Constipation is nothing but toxins in your system, and everything gets worse. Is that helpful? Okay. Somebody on this side.
You just mentioned about going to the bathroom and trying to get there in time. I noticed a couple of weeks ago I was having those issues.
Yes, some incontinence.
Yes, to the point that I was not able to control.
Yes, ma'am. I'm telling you, let me drop my keys. I will pee into my shoes. It will be a full-on urination at the door.
I went to my urologist.
Yes.
And talked to him about it and everything. He told me I had an overactive bladder. Just when you get to a certain age, I'm like, okay, I understand all that, but how can I get this corrected?
Wasn't that interesting? He said, oh, that's just what happens to old ladies. Have a good day.
No, he didn't tell me have a good day. He did, but this, I love this particular urologist.
I wasn't talking about her urologist, y'all.
He sits down and actually talks to me.
Okay.
He doesn't give me, he talks to me. And he
Okay.
told me about a medication, Gentessa, and I think it's like 2 milligrams that he can take.
Okay.
Is it something that I can do? Because his biggest fear, he didn't want me to stop drinking because I'm a water drinker.
Yes.
And I do like you said, when I first get up in the morning, I'm drinking my 2 bottles
Good.
when I take my medicine.
Good.
But what
She drinks her 2 bottles of water with her medicine first thing in the morning. 2 bottles is even better than 1. Good.
I do too. My thing is, what can I do to control where I don't have to continue to take?
Anybody talk to anybody about Kegels exercises? For the young ladies, y'all get on that now. Let me right this second. That means when you start to urinate, you squeeze and I want you to do it 10 times every urination. The young ladies, you will be able to actually stop your flow. I used to be able to do that. Now, there's a decrease, but it ain't stopping. So we definitely want to do that. Menopausal woman, yes? Yes. So then we're talking about what happens to the body without estrogen. So the vagina, the muscles of the bladder, the muscles in your face, the muscles in your arms, we lose all of that. And so it's not necessarily that you're having overactive bladder, it's that when your bladder gets full, the musculature that used to be able to stop that flow doesn't have the strength that it used to have. So for us as menopausal women, you need to go to the bathroom before your body tells you you need to go. So that's scheduled urination. That's one thing. So you might even set your alarm every hour. You get up and go to the bathroom. Maybe, okay, I'm okay right now, but I'll catch it I can't do it at 10, but I'll do it at 11. So that you're not waiting for your bladder to get full. That's the first thing. Because once it's full, that sphincter, it's not strong enough. You can still do Kegels to start to get it to be a little bit stronger. And then the other thing that could be helpful for you is estrogen cream in the vagina. Estrogen cream in the vagina, is very little of it is even brought into the bloodstream. So they've allowed it for women who maybe have a clot, other contraindications for estrogen, can take estrogen cream in the vagina, and that strengthens the vaginal walls and strengthens the bladder, decreases urinary tract infections, decreases vaginal dryness. Prescription. Oh, girl, wouldn't it be nice if you get hormones over the counter? Yes, that would be a talk to probably, you could talk to your urologist. A good urologist could prescribe it. They may send you to a gynecologist or a urogynecologist. A urogynecologist, mostly women, and they specialize in the urinary tract of women. So you get a urologist dude who handles urinary, mostly men and prostate and stuff like that, or you get a urogynecologist that specializes in the urinary tract of a woman. But that would be helpful. Kegels, scheduled urination, and consider estrogen cream. Okay? Was there anybody on this side? Yes. 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 Teacher that drinks a lot of water. Yeah. Well, you might not be able to do that.
Right, but what happens at night?
So here's the thing. This is what I'd say. What if we did, what time you have to be at work at?
I get there around
7:15. What time do you get up in the morning?
5.
5:15. So can we get a bottle in at 5, maybe a bottle in at 6? We could get you to the bathroom at 7. You might have to go one more time before 9. And then I won't make you drink again until those kids get ready to leave. So you drink at 2, a bottle at 2. You could even do 1 in the morning, 1 at 2, 1 at 4. That'll get you 3. I want 4 in for the day. So we got to figure that out. So maybe you're going to glut. You'll do 2 bottles at 2, another bottle at 4, and then we'll get all the pee out before you go to bed at 10.
So you're saying to stop drinking water at 2?
You're going to drink 2 bottles at 2, a bottle at 4, and you should have all of that peed out before you go to bed at 10. You have 1 bottle at 5.
So can I drink between 4 and 9?
If you want to pee all night long, I'm trying to get you not to be up peeing all night long. So do your heavy drinking right at the end of the day when the kids are leaving, so you can go to the bathroom all afternoon and get to bed at 10 and not be up all night long. Does that make sense? Will that help? Okay. Yes.
My question is, I went to my doctor to get my physical
Went to a doctor to get the physical.
this year. And I've been telling her about the night flashes, the constant getting up at night,
The menopausal symptoms? Yes.
and she told me she'll do the blood work.
Blood work.
She did my blood work. She said everything came back. I'm good. I'm healthy. But she never addressed what I told her. All she told me, she signed me up with a behavioral health specialist.
She told you were crazy?
Basically, and I'm like, I'll be 53 this year. So she's like, you go eat.
Can I ask you a question? Primary care or OBGYN?
Primary care.
Primary care. So who do you go see?
OB.
OBGYN. Now, everybody remember back in, what was it, 2001, 2005, the WHI study? And it came out on Good Morning America. Did you know that 2 times the number of women get breast cancer on hormone replacement therapy? Hormone replacement therapy is terrible, awful, terrible, awful. People calling me in droves. I hadn't even seen Good Morning America. I need to come off my hormone. I need to come off my hormone. I don't want to get breast cancer. I don't want to get breast cancer. I don't want to have a heart attack. I want to take me. So they took everybody came off a hormone replacement. It got such a bad rap. Every doctor now thinks that their patient's going to get breast cancer and they're going to get sued. So people are very reticent to have the conversation. Well, now look what's happening in the media. Menopause is everywhere, right? And yeah, they're going to say you're whining and need behavioral therapy.
My OBGYN, she didn't do anything either.
We weren't really trained to take care of menopause that well. Now, it's interesting. When I was a resident, I was interested in it. I prescribed it very liberally. There are very specific ways to do that. You need hormone replacement therapy. And it doesn't matter what your labs say. Now, 53, can I ask, are you still having your cycle?
No, I do not.
Okay, she's not having her cycle. The definition of menopause is not having a menstrual period for 1 year, 12 months.
It's over 12 months.
So she's menopausal and has symptoms. What blood work do you need? And I'm very curious what blood work she got, because if you haven't had a period in a year, the blood work we get, you're
over
menopausal.
2 years.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's been a year, you're menopausal. You're having hot flashes, there's a menopausal hot flashes.
Yeah, and I wake up at night and I'm thirsty, so I have to keep a container of water at my bedside.
It's miserable, isn't it?
Very.
And it's like, so then you're irritable, and you're irritable that you're irritable, and then you're irritable that you didn't sleep last night, and then it covers on, covers off, and the fan
Yes.
on, fan off, and
Yes.
and baby, leave me alone. I don't need none of that right now, and all of that all going on, right? I got you. I need to sleep, so can you turn over? I got you. So you need hormone replacement therapy. Now, if you have a uterus, what's missing is estrogen.
I still have, I still
Estrogen
have
is what's missing. You don't have a period anymore. Your ovaries are dead. Where does estrogen come from? The dead ovary. So you don't have any. And your body knows that you don't have it, and that's why you're having the symptoms. So your body wants it. So we need to give it to you. All right? Now, you would start low. Okay, this is a cool part. If you're over the age of 60 and above, the recommendation is that we don't start you on hormone replacement therapy because your risk of cardiovascular disease increases. So does everybody get that means you should be talking to your doctor about this in your 40s before you go through menopause so they can start you on it as soon as you have symptoms? You're 53, you're in good shape. Your OBGYN said, girl, you'll be okay?
Yep.
Wow, so we need another one.
That's what I was thinking.
I
Because
got you, girl.
She's younger than me, and
Don't worry about that. Everybody's worried about a lawsuit, something happening to you. Is she a person of color?
Yes,
She is.
that's why I picked her.
And she's younger.
Well, I'll say I'll probably maybe
Oh,
looking at
if she's
her.
40, she's younger. We good.
Yes.
Okay. So that she may not have been well trained, because this is all coming back into vogue into talking about now. 20 years with the WHI ruined it for us, right? I don't really know how someone could say that to me and I say, you'll be okay. It'll be all over in another year of no sleep. I take my hormone every day. She and I done talked about that every day.
Can you be my doctor then?
So I work urgent care now, but I'll help you out. We will figure this thing out. I promise you, we will figure it out. Angela, you got to get her number. Angela, my assistant. You got it. So we got you. So you need hormone. Doesn't matter what your blood work says. You have symptoms. We need to help you.
And just FYI, my hormonal doctor is a TFC partner as well. So the one that has prescribed
Hook
me
up.
my bioidentical pellets that I take, even though docs.
I don't believe
But
it.
anyway,
I don't believe
he
in
is a partner.
bioidentical pellets.
Okay,
will
so
talk
hook a
about that
sister
too.
up, Lady C.
Hook
a
up.
sister.
The hookup. She gonna hook you up. You got it? Good. Next one. Yes. Yes. Parents with small kids. Changing food. Okay. Her mother had 2 aneurysms at a young age.
She came home one day with a chart, menu, all kind of stuff of what she wasn't eating anymore, and we needed to start her high cholesterol and started.
Her mother came home one day and said, "This is all the stuff I can't eat, so guess who also can't eat it?" And that's how it was.
And we just started eating that food. It went from beef to turkey. She tried different things. We started eating. She was known for her tacos. Everybody came over for her tacos.
Tacos. Turkey tacos. Right? She made a change. She came home and said, "This is how it's going to be, and this is how it was." Now, you're older than you were. You were older. So what was available when we were little? What's available to these kids now? The addictive nature of it. It's a little bit harder. I'm telling you, it is going to be like true withdrawal for us to say we're not going to eat processed food. But you hear what she said. This is what we're going to eat, and this is what we're going to eat, and this is how it's going to be. Everybody got that? And it, at a young age. And I'm sure you missed some of the stuff that you used to eat. Okay. Yep. I don't like it, but I'm going to eat it. Yes, sister.
I have a question. This is left field, but I have been to my OBGYN. I have 3 kids. I'm 27 years old. And he's mentioned like birth control multiple times. I've had allergic reaction to like the pill form of birth control.
Can I ask you what
And,
allergic reaction you had?
So like hives, itching.
Interesting.
Kind of almost like sick symptoms too.
Were all of them pills?
Yes.
We got to try the vaginal ring, boo-boo.
Yes. So I was.
Because
I've been
let me tell you, a lot of
nervous.
times it's the fact that you're eating it, goes into your stomach, has to go through the liver to be metabolized, and it going through the liver changes it enough, you may be having an allergic reaction to it that way.
And I've been nervous though about trying other forms of birth control just because of like the risks that I've read about it. So
What risks are you concerned about?
I don't know. Maybe it's just like social media, the stuff that I see on there.
No,
like
tell me.
people
Let's
having
talk about
different
what risks. Mhm.
Maybe like, I guess I don't really know.
You don't really know what it is,
maybe
but
the stuff
it's gotten a
I've been
bad
seeing is
rap
bad.
on
Yes,
TikTok.
yes.
TikTok has given
The
birth
rap has been
control a
bad.
bad rap.
Yes.
We're in the state of Georgia. What you don't want is an unwanted pregnancy.
Yes.
And the other thing is, you want to have a blood clot or high blood pressure, gain weight, get pregnant, moo-moo. Pregnancy and weight gain, they go right together.
And that's the thing. I'm not trying to have no more kids.
You don't want no more kids?
Not right now, at least. Like,
Okay,
no.
so let's talk about contraception. Okay, so she's talking about pills. I think pills are inconvenient. Personally, I had a hard time remembering to take them at the same time every day. I've even had Lady C say, it's a vitamin and I'm going to give it to you each day for children that need that, right? I'm giving it to you because it's hard. I can't remember. So what about a patch that's once a week? This is about compliance, right? A patch once a week, and then the ring goes in your vagina once a month. Nice. So you set your alarm on your phone, schedule, insert NuvaRing. 21 days later, you have it scheduled, take out NuvaRing, leave it out for 7 days, then the calendar comes back on every 4 weeks to put it in, every 4 weeks to take it out, and you don't have to worry about any of the stuff that goes with it.
And your spiritual mom says that we're not going to have any more sex outside of marriage at all to even risk being pregnant. Amen.
I didn't ask about marriage.
I love it. I love it.
So my question, going back to menopause,
Love it.
I'm almost 60, a few months away from 60, still having symptoms and I'm miserable.
You're having menopausal symptoms.
And I haven't had any hormone replacement.
Did you
And
talk to anybody about it?
Not yet. Not yet. And you said at 60, though, it might be too difficult.
No, then we're looking at risk factors completely. So I'm 62. Let's say I wasn't on any hormone replacement right now. Then it's going to be for me and my doctor. How miserable am I? How healthy am I? So if I'm obese, I have high blood pressure, I have atrial fibrillation, I have diabetes, I'm not exercising, and I'm 62, I'm not getting on hormone replacement because my risk of stroke and heart attack and blood clot is too high. My friend Eloise don't have none of that. My friend Eloise is also thin. So you could absolutely have a conversation with your doc about it, and it would change everything for you.
Thank you.
Okay? We can come to the front. So let's do pink in the front, gray sweater, green sweater, black sweater. Okay? Pink. Pink and green.
Hi, everybody. I would like for you to talk about the correlation of when a woman may have a partial hysterectomy or a full hysterectomy and what menopause will look like for women who have experienced either procedure.
Great question.
I'm a doctor, by the way.
You're a doctor? A physician? Oh my gosh. Okay, I just got all squirreled. Okay, great, wonderful. I can't wait to talk to you. Okay, hysterectomy means, hyster means uterus, ectomy means removal of, appendectomy, removal of the appendix, tonsillectomy, removal of the tonsils. Hyster means uterus, ectomy means removal of. So a hysterectomy is removal of the uterus. A partial hysterectomy is a misnomer because you don't remove part of the uterus. You just don't remove the tubes and ovaries in a partial. Everybody got that? It's a misnomer. Partial hysterectomy doesn't mean you only remove part of the uterus. It means you remove the uterus, but you leave in the tubes and ovaries. A total hysterectomy is where you take the uterus, the tubes, and the ovaries. All right, so if you're 42 and you have a hysterectomy for fibroids, and let's say you got a couple cysts on your ovaries and the doctor says, I think we should take out your ovaries too, you will go into menopause in 5 seconds. You will wake up from surgery hot flashing because I have surgically removed your ovaries, the source of your estrogen. It will be gone forever. Everybody got that? So when we would do hysterectomies on women who hadn't gone through menopause yet, we would start them on hormone replacement in the hospital before they left the hospital so that they wouldn't have any hot flashes. Got it? All right, let's say for some reason you had to have your ovaries removed. Ovaries are gone. Anytime ovaries are gone, you're gonna go through menopause with a quickness. Does that make sense? Because there's no estrogen in your system. So let's say you have a hysterectomy for fibroids, you're 43. So you're premenopausal, still having your cycles. I take out just your uterus because it's causing you problems with fibroids and bleeding. But we decide you're premenopausal, we're gonna leave your ovaries in. So you're gonna now go through natural menopause, average age of 52. Taking out the uterus will have nothing to do with what happens to your ovaries. Was that your question? That was a great question from a doctor. She wanted you guys to know. Excellent. All right, Grace Weta.
Hello.
Hello.
My question is, I was diagnosed in 2012 with Crohn's disease.
Crohn's disease.
And
Disease of the bowel, where it's inflammation, and can have painful diarrhea, sometimes explosive diarrhea, sometimes bloody diarrhea, a lot of pain.
I was never experiencing any bleeding.
Good.
The discomfort left me, but I was told through blood work that I was actually inflamed. So even though I couldn't feel it, my body was saying through blood work that I was.
Yes.
So I was told what I couldn't eat. So all of the lovely things that you mentioned that are really good for you, the greens, the roughage, the raws,
So
the
you can't have that
nuts,
stuff.
grains, salads, corn, highly acidic. So your tomatoes, bananas, oranges, I'm not supposed to eat.
Yes.
And so I did learn that through my insurance, I can get a nutritionist. So that has helped me a lot. It's a slow process, but my question is, I feel like I need a detox, and I'm told that I cannot detox.
Do you love your GI doctor?
She's been great. And I mean, I've had her since 2012. I followed her from Emory to Grady.
You love her.
I
She's
felt
good
like
to you?
she's been good.
You think you trust her?
I do. That was the information that I did receive from her, but I think that my body needs a detox, outside of, I guess, me eating right and things like that, because I think I'm 42 years
curious
old.
what would happen if you did some fasting. I would be very curious.
That was my second question too, because you said fasting overnight, but I attempted
Well, intermittent
skipping.
fasting is longer than that, right? So
Well,
like 8 hours of sleep, add 6. That means you would fast until 2:00 in the afternoon.
That's correct.
Okay.
But what happened to me when I tried that was skipping breakfast for me, or food of any kind, when I first wake up, makes me nauseous and dizzy.
How much water are you drinking during this fasting time?
And so water only is what I did, but I do have
Well, what happened when you drank water? Because dizziness is usually from dehydration.
I added a straw because my water intake is small. So I eat way more than I drink. And so I was told to add a straw to try to help with that.
So wait, but my question is,
it's
when
hard.
you fasted till 2, you're telling me that you got dehydrated because you weren't drinking enough water.
Okay.
That's what happened. You had nauseous and lightheaded or dizzy because you were dehydrated.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
If you're not going to give yourself
Answer that
calories,
questions.
you got to give yourself water.
Water.
That's
Okay.
what your body is saying.
How much water would that be? Because I heard you say 16 ounces, and I'm struggling to
16 ounces
do
is
2
one
bottles.
bottle.
Okay,
One
yeah.
bottle. And the recommended is 8-ounce glasses, 64 ounces. So that's 4 bottles of water a day.
So I need to, by 2:00, that's 2 bottles of water?
That would be great.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. So that'd
be great. And you, because of your Crohn's, I would not say you're adding any Crystal Light decarboxy
No.
hydrogenated sodium.
No
right?
sugar, no-
But you could
yeah.
put some. You can't do acidic stuff either.
No.
Okay. So can you do cucumbers?
I can. I can do. Okay. Mint I've tried and it's sort of, but cucumbers, yes.
Yeah, if you need something for the little bit of extra flavor. But
Okay.
you're drinking not because it tastes good. You're drinking so that you can subsist
Right.
and help handle your gut and
Okay.
try to get to 2:00 without eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Anything
Love
else,
that,
Mama?
Tamiko.
Thank you.
It made me think about a question that I had. So I started doing, and I don't have any of those things, but I started eating like a bag of veggies a day. Told my stomach up.
Really?
I had we would put like carrots and cucumbers and peppers and what else did I have in my bag? Tomatoes maybe, and they would just make me a little bag of veggies just to kind of up my veggie intake.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I just started noticing I would have a tore up stomach for like a whole week, and I'm like,
When you say tore up stomach, do you mean diarrhea or do you mean like gastric upset, like acidic, like
Both.
reflux?
both, and so I had to stop eating so much.
Or we need to remove something and see if maybe it was the tomatoes.
It might have been that cauliflower.
Ah. You might remove
think
something
that's
and
what it
see.
was.
You might remove something and see.
Probably was the cauliflower.
Ah,
See?
she says cauliflower.
See?
Angelia. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Green. Right here. And then black. And then Angelia.
Hi.
I get you.
So after I had my second son, I was diagnosed with postpartum hypertension.
Yes. Postpartum
And-
hypertension.
I
Come a little closer on the mic.
I started a medication December of last year. So it was like almost a year that I had it before I actually started the medication, because he said it's better to be on the medication than to let my heart kind of be in stress. But my question kind of came because you said like running or high cardio can make it worse. Should I be sticking to low impact workouts while I'm on the medication?
Unclear. Did you say you are taking the medication?
I
or
am.
You are.
I am taking the medication. I have been taking it for almost a year.
Okay, your numbers are good. Blood pressure looks good.
Yes. Well, I guess, because I don't really know. But it's the last time I went to the doctor, it was like 136/84.
We want you under 140/90 because you have high blood pressure.
Okay.
We want you under 140/90. So you're
Okay,
136/83. We call that at goal. The
Okay.
lower it gets, the
Okay.
better for you. So 136/83, you can exercise. Do your
Okay,
thing.
so I can do-
If it was 156/93,
Okay, 'cause
I
I be trying-
whoa, we need to get the medicine together before we
Okay.
start pushing your heart. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I just recently started trying to run more and do that, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
And then it's almost been a year, so the numbers are getting better. At what point
Could they take you off?
do we consider like the process
let's think
of
of it
going
like
off?
this. Anybody think if I take her off her medicine at 136/83 that she'll stay under 140/90? Not a chance. You're
Right.
too close to 140/90. When your blood pressure gets to 116/63,
Okay.
oh baby, because you'll have 30 points to play with. And then if we take off some adipose tissue, we lose some weight. We have even more of a chance of those numbers getting lower faster.
So so with that, which I'm like super proud of, because I just came from my doctor's appointment like last week, but
Excellent.
in 6 months I'm down 20 pounds.
Come on, mama.
And I am no longer pre-diabetic, and my cholesterol numbers have gotten so much better. So
What did you
yes,
do?
I'm working on it. Stop eating so much. So when I
Eating so much.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, seriously. So I was like praying about it, and I was convicted like with gluttony, honestly.
Hear her?
And I was like, just eating too much.
Yes.
And so I started, I reduced my carbs, started eating healthier. Like you said, I eat my fruits and vegetables. I stopped eating carbs in the morning. So in the morning, I'll eat boiled eggs, only the egg whites because of my cholesterol, and berries and water. And then I really don't eat lunch. Like you said, I reduce my meals too.
That's
So I
good.
eat twice a day.
That's good.
So really, that's mostly what it's been.
And listen, y'all, really, food is fuel. Food is not your best friend. Food is not your comforter. Food is not your husband. Food is not your best friend. Food is fuel. And for us, food can be medicine, but it's not your best friend. I thought it was, but it's not. Perfect, beautiful, wonderful. Thank you. In the black.
Okay. I have kind of a two-part question.
Sure.
So the first part, when I walked in, you were talking about hypertension.
Yes.
Along with exercising.
Yes.
That it may not be the best thing.
If your blood pressure's not controlled,
Okay.
then you shouldn't be overstressing your heart if your numbers are not good. I was talking about people who say, I ain't claiming hypertension. I know my blood pressure is 150 over 90. I'm going to work out really hard. I'm going to run 6 miles a day, every day, and I'm going to come back to my doctor in 3 months and see what they say. You can't do that because your blood pressure is too high to be stressing your heart like this, running and working out too hard.
Okay.
Okay.
So in 2019, I was diagnosed with hypertension.
Hypertension.
Had to be rushed in the emergency room because my blood pressure was 216 over 102.
Wow. That's stroke level.
Yeah. And I had a friend that drove me to hospital, but
Were you having any symptoms?
I had a really bad headache that I could not get rid of.
Okay.
During that process, on medication, a low dosage, I think they gave me about 5 milligrams.
Don't worry about the dosage because it depends on the medicine.
Yes. And so over time, I just went back over a year following up. Blood pressure was kind of controlled. Yeah, it was getting better, I would say.
Better than 200 over 100.
Yes, ma'am.
Was it like 160?
It was at that time went down to about 145 over,
So not all the way under 140 over 90, but close.
Yes.
Okay.
And so then I started implementing, more exercise.
Okay.
And my final straw, I went to the doctor and it was like 120 over 55.
Okay.
And so she was like, well, I'll take you off. And they did. And from that point on, my blood pressure has been normal.
Beautiful.
And I was wondering, because I have a stressful job,
Yeah.
would hypertension then come back up?
Well, it sounds like you did really good lifestyle stuff, right? You changed the way you were eating. Did you start doing a little bit of exercise too?
Yes.
And you've
Yes.
maintained that.
Yes.
So your body is saying, I love you.
Okay.
Thank you. You saved me.
Okay.
Could it come back as you get older because the vessels are getting older and the cells are getting older? Could it? It could. But you're doing all the right stuff, and wait till you get off that job, girl, when the retirement comes. Then we're really going to be in good shape. No, It sounds great. Give it up.
Okay. Thank you.
That's good.
So my other question is, I am 46 years old and I'm still getting a cycle. I asked my mom how long did her cycle last?
You're ready for it to be over.
And she...
Average age is 52. Average age is 52.
Okay.
Now, I want y'all to hear what she said, y'all. It is 2025. She had malignant hypertension 6 years ago. She's 46. She had malignant hypertension at 40 and changed her whole life around. Now, I bet you if she was 50, we would not be able to come off that medicine. It was the fact that you were so young that your vessels and your cells were willing to say, I can be healed. Yeah. Hear what she said. 40 with malignant hypertension, off her medicine because she did the right thing at 40. So I got to give it up for you again on that.
Thank you.
So until you go, we start waiting for your cycles to get a little bit more irregular, or you could still have premenopausal and menopausal symptoms, still having a cycle, y'all.
Well, that's my question because I wake up drenching in sweat.
Okay.
And I'm like, what is going on?
And they
thirsty.
checked your thyroid. That would be one thing to look. Did they check your thyroid?
Okay.
If they didn't, somebody write that down for her, write it somewhere. Because sweating and heat stuff, could be thyroid related. Otherwise, you could absolutely be going through perimenopause, right? Mm-hmm. And how do we treat that in a person that's still cycling? We put you on a low dose birth control pill. Because that will give you more estrogen, take away your symptoms. Your cycles are still coming. We'll keep your cycles regular. All your symptoms will go away. Okay. That's what we do in a woman who's still cycling. What did your doctor say?
Pretty much that asked me the history of my mom, and I try to go to her and ask her when.
That's not going to help your symptoms.
When her cycle ended. And
how long? Let's find out how long you're going to have to deal with this. Your mom was 50, so you've got 4 more years of this. I mean, that's not fair.
Okay, so I just wanted to know because I've heard other women that are off their cycle at this point in time, and I'm still going.
Girl, ain't nothing wrong with you.
Okay.
You just get average age is 52. That means there are women that are older than that. The average age is 52. That means some women are still cycling at 55, 56, 57. Rare, but the average age is 52. So that's 6 more years for you. And if the symptoms are awful, then we can do something for you.
And I can still have kids.
Do you want to have kids? Oh, right now? You're cycling every month? Yes, you're still ovulating. You can have kids.
All right, ladies, we got about 10, 15 more minutes. Let's make these questions a little quicker.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
What would cause a high rheumatoid factor?
Ooh, so that's an inflammatory marker. Okay. And have you had any joint problems like rheumatoid arthritis stuff? And can I ask you why they were ordering that on you?
I just got blood work, and it was a part of a panel.
There's no panel I know of that's routine that would order a rheumatoid factor on you. You have to have some kind of symptoms. There's something inflammatory. They said that was a routine test, your primary?
Yes, and then the test came back, and she said, go see your rheumatologist.
Wow, that's interesting. I personally only do rheumatoid factor on people that have joint issues, particularly younger people, to see if there's rheumatoid arthritis going on. Have you seen the rheumatologist?
No, because I'm scared.
What are you scared? Give her the mic back, guys. What are you scared of?
I don't know. I don't want it to be something bad. I don't know what they're going to say. Like, I don't know. But I'm going to go before the end of the year.
Well, here's the thing, right? It's kind of like not claiming it.
Okay.
I'm not claiming my rheumatoid factor came back high. I'm just fine. I ain't got no problems. But if you do have some lupus-like situation going on, we want to get on that right away, because that means that every cell in your body is reacting and responding.
She did when that test came back. So I got my panel. This is in December. I went and got my annual checkup.
Yeah.
The test came back that I had a high rheumatoid factor. So she called me back in, and she's like, "Oh, let's run a test to see if you have lupus." And I'm like, "I'm 32. Like, I don't have lupus." But okay.
I know people that had lupus at 17.
Right. So I thought I researched it. So I thought it started earlier. So I'm like, I went all these times.
Don't worry about that.
So I did came back. I don't have anything lupus or anything.
Praise
like
God,
that.
no lupus.
But she still wants me to go see the rheumatologist just to see why that test came
Would
back.
you do me a
high.
favor?
Yes.
Would you send her a message and just ask her, how come you did a rheumatoid factor test on me?
I sure will, because
Would you
I
do
don't
that?
know why she did either. I'm like,
I'm curious.
You never did
It's
this
just
before.
it's not a routine test. It's
Okay.
not a routine test for a 32-year-old. I'm just curious about that.
Okay.
But it came back abnormal, so you're going to go.
Yes.
And we're going to find who's the accountability person. Who will be the accountability person? There we go. To get her phone number and make sure that by Friday she has made an appointment with the rheumatologist, which may take 3 months.
Okay.
And
All
it
right.
doesn't matter. They say, well, our earliest availability is January 6th. And you're going to say, I'll take it. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And accountability, by Friday, she has the appointment. Okay, great.
And the first scripture that I read when we started was Proverbs 3, 7, and 8. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord, not a rheumatology test.
Okay.
Fear the Lord
You like it?
and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Don't be wise in your own eyes. We ain't scared of nothing but the Lord.
And listen, we're all going to be praying for her that her appointment, that the lady says, I don't even know why she ordered this on you. You ain't got none of that. That's what we praying for,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Amen.
Because God's going to get his victory on that one. Yes.
So
Yes, Orange.
I just
Oh,
had a
yeah.
quick thing. So I do have ADHD. I've had it since I was a kid.
Yes.
I am on medication.
Yes.
I don't have a great relationship with food. I'll spend all day without eating or drinking.
Yes.
And it is due to the Adderall that I do take.
Yes.
My issue is I am now trying to gain weight. I've been trying to gain weight for almost a couple of years, but now I'm really putting in the energy to get back to a decent weight. What would be your suggestions in getting back to a healthy weight? Because I'm at 130 and I want to be at 145, 150.
So my question is, did you do your BMI? Did you calculate your BMI?
No.
So on your phone, you can Google BMI. Then
Okay.
it'll ask you your height and your weight.
Yes.
And I know y'all are going to say, that's not really work for black people. We really shouldn't use that for black people.
Yeah.
Because we're bigger. And
Yeah.
let me tell you something. Our bigger is costing us our lives
Yes.
with high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attack, and stroke. With your bigness. Y'all bigness is costing you your life.
Yes.
Take the number. 30 and higher is obese and has an increased risk of stroke, heart attack, and death. With your bigness, you go ahead with your BMI of 32. Okay, so I want to check that because you look tall and thin.
Yeah.
I think 150 is going to be probably closer to 25 overweight for you. That's what I think.
Yes.
Do you take a holiday from your ADHD medication on the weekend?
I do.
How is that going? How do you eat when you're not taking the medicine?
I eat perfectly. I normally eat one time a day.
Okay.
I do intermittent. I've been doing that since I was a kid.
Okay.
But they're a large portion.
Okay.
Now it's barely.
Okay.
When I'm on the medication.
All right. So when I would not intermittently fast if you're trying to gain weight.
Okay.
You need 3 meals a day.
I'm trying.
You need 3 meals a day, though.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say I'm intermittently fasting and I want to gain weight. They don't go together, right? Intermittent fasting is for glucose regulation and lose weight.
Yeah.
So you got to eat 3 meals a day. Okay. And then we got to look at what would be a lot of calories for you. It's going to be probably more than about 2,000 calories a day.
Oh.
That's how you're going to gain weight. 2,000. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So then you're going to use like MyFitnessPal app.
Yes. Uh-huh.
You're going to put in 2,000 calories, and then you're going to eat like good stuff, nuts, with your salad. And you could eat a lot of nuts.
Okay.
So that would be a healthy fat avocado, and then start looking at how many calories is it. If I eat a whole avocado on my salad, how many calories is that? If I have a whole avocado and nuts on my salad, how many calories is that? If I add a piece of chicken breast with the avocado and the nuts, I don't even need the salad. How many calories is that?
Too much.
But you're going to need to eat about 700 calories per meal to give you around 2,000 calories a day. Gain. But I want you to look at your BMI before I leave and tell me before I walk out the door.
Okay.
Today.
You got it.
Okay.
Today.
In the orange. Yes.
Hi. So I'm 62.
Me too.
And I had a hysterectomy at 36 after my second daughter.
Fibroids?
I had 4 fibroid tumors that was threatening my life.
You didn't need no more babies. They said take it out.
Right.
You're bleeding to death. There you go.
And so I did try hormone shots and pills.
Wait a minute. Did they take your ovaries too?
No, I think I had a partial hysterectomy.
So they took out the uterus but left the tubes and ovaries.
Yes.
Okay. So you shouldn't have had any you shouldn't have had any hot flashes or anything. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm still having hot flashes.
Well, you're having them now because you're 62.
But I've been having them for a long, long time.
Okay. So you're estrogen depleted. You talk to anybody about it?
I haven't talked to anybody lately. I did hormone shots with a Dr. Karen Weldon for a whole year.
Yeah.
It was out of pocket. It worked great, but it got so expensive I just stopped.
She didn't offer you any pills?
Yeah, I took pills and I had the shot in my booty every
But what if you didn't have the
month.
booty shot? What if you just had the pills?
No, she said I had to have both.
Somebody was making some money.
Oh, yeah?
Somebody was really making some money. Because there's pills, there's a patch, there's a spray, there's a gel that you can take that's covered on your insurance for everybody.
Right, but she only did the shot.
Shoot, she's not the only GYN in the world.
Okay.
Now you're 62, so we have to talk about your risk factors because you're 62. If we started you now, you have to be extra super duper 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 healthy. So, but I can talk to you about it after.
Okay.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. That was a great one. We got 5 minutes? Wait. How about you? Both of you have said something. So let's see. Anybody that hasn't asked a question? Bernice, hi. Oh.
Me?
Okay.
So I've been diagnosed with iron deficiency anemia because I have excessive menstrual bleeding.
Yes.
And so my iron levels have gotten so low that
How old
I've
are
had
you?
to do 34.
34.
Yeah,
Okay.
think about that. So my iron levels have gotten so low, like I've had to have iron transfusions. I've had to have like 10 blood transfusions because of my excessive menstrual bleeding. So my OBGYN, I just got a new one because moving here. So when I went to her, she suggested a hysterectomy, of course. But
Do you have fibroids?
So I did have a small fibroid.
Okay.
But
have they told you why you're having this abnormal bleeding?
No.
Okay.
I don't think
and have
so.
they talked to you about how to manage the abnormal bleeding?
So yes. So of course she mentioned the hysterectomy, but I don't want to have a hysterectomy because I want to give my husband a child.
A hysterectomy on the side.
Yeah,
Hysterectomy off to the side.
With my menstrual, I have to take medicine to stop it.
Okay.
And then when it stops, I go like 3 months and it don't come back on.
Okay.
So then I have to take medicine to make it
come
start.
on. Right.
And so it's like a cycle. It's like
Yep.
a cycle. Stop, start, stop.
Yep.
And then so at that point, I don't know when I'm really ovulating to be able to.
You're not.
I'm not. Right. So with
And we
your
know you're
medical
not. We know she's not ovulating because her periods aren't coming regularly.
Right.
So what happens when your periods don't come regularly? Your estrogen level continues to rise. The extra fatty tissue in your body soaks up estrogen. Estrogen levels are excessively high all the time. The lining of your womb gets thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And at 3 months, it goes.
Yes.
And bleeding for who knows how long. It could last for 6 months.
Yeah. I've been bleeding for 4 weeks.
Girl,
so now I got to take some medicine to make it stop.
Girl, I could control your cycles today. Are you trying to have a baby?
I am.
You're trying to have a baby.
Well, yeah, I do want another. I have a 13-year-old, but I do want another
Anybody
child.
talk about PCOS with you? Polycystic ovarian syndrome?
She did.
Oh, did you have it? Did she test you?
She did.
Okay.
And because I had to do a type of sonogram where they go in and take some skin out and
Did
all
they do
that.
some blood work and stuff
They
too?
did. She did.
All right.
But that was negative. She said I don't have
So
PCOS.
let's talk about PCOS. It's a triad of symptoms: obesity, irregular bleeding, and facial hair, or hair around the nipples, or hair on the inner thigh, or hair under the belly button. Mustache, hair, abnormal cycles that are really spaced out, and obesity. It's not really the blood work. The blood work kind of gives us, oh, yep, it really is. But it doesn't rule it out. And the ovaries don't have to have a bunch of cysts on them. Those are the three: obesity, periods that are infrequent or are not at all, and any extra facial hair around the body in a male pattern is what they call it. Those three things, it's PCOS.
Gotcha.
Is that you?
I mean, you said obesity.
Sounds like, no, I'm just saying it's possible. So she's hormonally out of balance. Now, if you have risk factors, and I can't put you on pill, but if I put you on birth control pills, boo-boo, you will bleed when I tell you to bleed. When Dr. Booker say bleed, you will bleed. Dr. Booker say bleed, you bleed. Dr. Booker say don't bleed, you won't bleed. So there is a way to manage your abnormal and excessive bleeding hormonally.
Gotcha.
Okay? And we'll talk after. Don't let me leave the building without talking.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my love. Angelia! Oh, lady in the green first. Oh, Bernice. Retrice. Renisha. I was close. Go ahead, baby.
I'm actually asking this question on behalf of a...
And you look fabulous, I just want to say.
Thank you.
Renisha has lost 20 pounds since we last played pickleball 2 months ago.
So I'm asking this question on behalf of a friend that couldn't be here today. I wish she could, but she couldn't. She's 39. She has had, she injured herself, her calf muscle. But aside from that, she has had ongoing swelling of her ankles, tenderness in her ankles. It'll go away for a little while. It'll come back. She tries to get any movement in over a period of time. All of this comes back. She's had MRIs to make sure she doesn't have blood clots. She's had blood work done. The doctor, she does have a vitamin D deficiency, so she is taking additional vitamin D, but she is continuing to suffer with this. It's probably been, I don't know, I'm going to say 3 months of ongoing with no real
Does it
resolution.
feel like it's the back of her heel?
It is the back. So it's typically, and it's happening in both legs. It's typically the back at the lower part, like close to her ankle. And also she's experiencing at times these pains in her calf muscles as well, and just can't seem to get to resolution. So I'm just
So I'm going to
asking-
stand up, and I want you to look at the back of my ankle. Can you see it?
Yes, I do.
It's Achilles tendon rupture. So it sounds like Achilles tendinosis or Achilles tendonitis. So if you don't stretch your Achilles well enough, it will get, and it inserts into your heel. So she's a pickleballer?
Only for a short time.
Because she tried it.
But she did pull her calf muscle on her right leg playing, right? So
And then
she
she didn't hurt on the left?
Nope.
Nope, just on the right.
No, and she has not played since. She
then.
hasn't played since. I remember this just because the day that it happened was on Memorial Day. She hasn't played since Memorial Day.
And so when she started exercising more, did she notice that that's when the heel started hurting and the calf started bothering her?
Both of them.
Okay, so I bet you that this is Achilles tendonitis, inflammation of the Achilles tendon. And the only way to cure it is to completely rest it, ibuprofen, Tylenol, and then she's going to have to start stretching. If she stretches while it's hurting, it's going to inflame it even more. So she has to rest it completely, and then you have my information, so I can talk to her as well, and then she can come see me in urgent care.
Okay.
Okay, and we can get her hooked up.
Okay.
Sounds good? Yeah, that sounds
Thank
like
you.
straight up tendonitis, and she's young, so it's probably not swelling like from heart failure or anything like that. Awesome. Now, Angelia.
After I had my last child, I had excessive bleeding. So this is for people who, don't want to have any more children. And I can't think of the name of the procedure that they did, but they went in and they removed the lining of my uterus.
Endometrial
I was
ablation?
bleeding. Yeah, ablation. I was bleeding.
Me too.
I don't know, every day for 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 months, excessively, like to the point where I couldn't go to work. And so they did an ablation on me where they, like I said, removed the lining of my uterus and the bleeding stopped, and I never started a period again.
You never bled again after 30?
Nope.
Wow. And that's what we hope, right? You burn away the lining all the way down to the basal layer, and it can't even respond to estrogen
But
anymore.
I guess the concern that I have now is, as you know, I turned 60 in May of this year, and I just started having the hot flashes and the night sweats and all of that. So if I wasn't having a period, I guess I assumed that, and I still have all my organs, I assumed that I would have gone into menopause, but I guess not, because I still have all of my...
Your ovaries were still working all the way until this year when they started to fail.
Yeah.
And now you've got your hot flashes and menopausal symptoms, but the ablation is what stopped the period.
The ablation
that
stopped
was
the
not
bleeding.
hormonal. We went in and burned away the lining all the way down to the basal layer, and it could not respond to estrogen. She would have been bleeding all the way up until 60. That's what would have happened if she hadn't had the ablation. You did, girl. Oh my gosh, I think we're out of time.
Can I ask a question really quickly?
Sure.
Okay, so I had a kidney transplant almost 2 years ago, and
to the kidney transplant.
I was 23. Well, I was 25 when I had my transplant, but I was 23 when I got sick.
Can I know your diagnosis?
High blood pressure. So
really,
yes. Yeah, but my question is, I've had my transplant almost 2 years ago. I started back working out about a year after having it. And I've been struggling with losing weight. So after having a transplant, I'm able to eat and do all the things, and that's what I did. And I gained a lot of weight, and I'm having a hard time losing the weight.
Is the blood pressure under control?
My blood pressure is under control. I've actually been off of my meds for about 6 months now.
Give it up for off your meds for 6 months. Wonderful.
And I've talked to my transplant team, and I'm wondering if it's maybe the steroid that I'm on. I take a steroid every day.
Yeah.
It's the lowest dose.
Yeah.
But I still take it every day.
Okay, you doing 3 meals a day?
No, I'm eating like once, maybe twice
And what
a
time?
day.
What time are you eating?
Around 5, 6 o'clock.
Around 5. So you can go all
Yeah.
day. So you're doing 1 meal a day, 23 hours of fasting.
For the most part.
Okay.
Yes.
And would you say that your meal at 5 is a healthy meal?
It's what I can get to. It's more out of convenience.
Tell me what that looks like.
I may stop on the way home to get something. I may
Like
pick up something.
Chick-fil-A?
from Chick-fil-A.
Anybody think she's going to lose weight eating Chick-fil-A once a day? Well, let me say why, real quick, and you can continue. and I'm not hating. But listen, if you don't eat for 24 hours, you're telling your body that food is not plentiful. So your body's going to try to hold on to fat when you eat fatty food. When you eat healthy food, you're telling your body, food isn't plentiful, but you still gonna have to burn this fat. When you're eating one meal a day and it's not healthy, your body's gonna say, you better hold on to this that you're eating right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're not in trouble, so you're doing beautifully. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I don't eat horribly. So if I do stop the Chick-fil-A, I'm more than likely getting a salad or something. Okay. So because I've had to be cognizant of what I put into my body so that I don't.
So let's do a 7-day week. How many days do you feel like you're eating a small enough calories and a healthy enough meal that you should be losing out of 7 days?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3. So those 4 days, just being straight up, we admitted it. We're comfort eaters. Food is different relationships to us. You're eating in a way that's probably not as healthy as you'd like.
Yes.
Okay, and that's more than half of the days. You're not going to lose.
Okay.
You got it? You're on a steroid, so your body's going to hold on to fat. You got to be on the steroid to protect the kidney. And you're exercising, you said?
I do a lot of walking.
Tell me about that. How many days a week?
Well, so naturally I walk all day at work, but
don't forget, walking at work doesn't count as walking because it's your normal baseline. It's going to actually be over what your normal walking would be at work.
But I do a lot of walking after work, so I'll go to the gym. I may walk maybe a couple of miles on the treadmill. I don't do anything
nothing super strenuous. So a couple of miles. How many days a week?
Maybe like 3 or 4 days.
So what I'd love to see for you, I'd love to have you do MyFitnessPal. Put in about 1,400 calories. Okay. That is your goal, right? And if you don't meet that, that's fine. It'll also give you extra calories to eat if you exercise. You put your exercise in. It also attracts your water. You doing your water to protect the kidney? Okay, good. And then let's see what happens from there. Okay. Right? And really, I'd say come off the bread, rice, pasta, potatoes. Come off the I see you. Come off the non-plant-based carbs. Bread, rice, pasta, potatoes. Gone.
Okay.
And see what happens. I promise you'll lose.
Thank you. All right.
That was a great question. Awesome. Let me give you guys write down my phone number. I'm a huge texter. I'm a late night owl.
Please don't text Karla before 9 p.m. Before 9 a.m.
Before 9 a.m.
And don't text Karla after 9
But you can text me at 11 o'clock at night. You really can.
Please don't text Karla after 9 p.m. This is a luxury. I'm serious, right? And I want to make sure that we are utilizing this resource in a very respectful way, because for her to give herself access to us, neither do I want us to take advantage of it. So what I would love to see is, hey, Dr. Booker, this is whoever, this is kind of what I'm dealing with, not the, hey, can you call me? Hey, Dr. Booker, here's what I'm experiencing. Will you let me know when you have availability? Okay. So that's the preferred way that I would love to see us handle this situation. Okay. We're not going to call Dr. Booker. If it is a 911, we're going to call 911. Okay. But if it is just us needing some information, that's how I would love for us to approach this. Okay.
She's so smart. How about that? That's
I know the Lord's people.
That's true.
One other thing I want to add, don't supplement her for your own primary care.
Please.
But I'll help you and I'll support you and I'll tell you what questions to ask when you go to your doctor. And I'll talk to you about side effects of medication, and I'll talk to you about fears you have about medication, and we could talk about your disease process. I'll do all of that all day long. Ready? 678 463 2151. 678-463-2151. Karla with a K, thanks for asking.
And we will not share Dr. Booker's number
with nobody
anyone
else. Hey, I got this great doctor at my church. Let me give you her number.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
Okay. Thank you.
And it is, right? If there's an emergency, call 911. If there's a concern, you can text me. If there's a concern, you can text me. But if you feel like, I'm having hives or something, don't call me. Right? And there's telehealth. Wellstar has Care Now, telehealth 24/7 now. 24/7. So you can do telehealth if you don't feel like you can get to urgent care or whatever you feel like you need to do. But I'm here as access for my people who are afraid of a med, not taking it supposed to be the way they're supposed to be taking it, worried about a side effect. Do I really need this? This is a diagnosis, they said. Can I do this? I'm here for you. Absolutely. And I can also be here for husbands and a little bit on the children's. Okay? If you need me, if you need I'm unsure about something, I'm right here for you. We need that in the Black community. Because we don't trust. And then we die. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
Have you all appreciated this time with Doc? Man, she's such a valuable resource. To those of you that were potentially interested in the hormone replacement doctor that I have, I'll give you the way to reach out to him. Now, Dr. Eugene Harris, he's my doc for that. He is not Booker. He ain't Doc. Eugene is very straight up and down, very black and white. Like, you can tell him you about to pass out and he'll just be like, oh, okay. Because he's urgent medicine. He's an ER doc. He's an ER doctor, so they're wired a little differently. Doc is give you all the information. Eugene is very straight up and down, right? So I'm just setting your expectation because you're not going to get this, okay? All right, but he's really good. He's efficient. He is amazing. Their temperaments are just different, okay? So, all right. So you can reach Doc. Here is his his webpage. He's at rechargewellnesshealth.com. So those of you that may be needing it, rechargewellnesshealth.com. Okay, it's great.
Don't forget, if people talk about pellets and injections and all that, and it's outside of your budget, ask them about pills, gel, spray, vaginal stuff that is covered on your insurance. That's all you have to say. Oh, I can't afford it. Don't be prideful. Is there something that might be covered on my insurance? And see if they will work with you from that way. And if they won't and it's outside of your budget, then you go and you find somebody else. Because there's a way for us to get the hormone levels right with what we're giving you that we can get rid of your symptoms. And it is covered on your insurance. You guys are the best.
Woo-hoo! Thank you. I appreciate you greatly. I really appreciate you allowing the Lord to use the knowledge and wisdom that he's given to you. And thank you for sharing it so openly with us and not being the person that says it's my intellectual property and assigning a dollar amount to that. Because that's huge. We see that a lot. And
no, we all partners. We're sisters. We need this. And we've been talking about doing it for a while. Just people are confused about what's going on with their body and what's happening and afraid to ask questions and don't have a doctor they feel they can talk to. So I hope we do it again. I hope we do it regularly scheduled so we can bring more people, tell people about it. And absolutely. And you guys can also text me and say, hey, is it okay can you talk to my friend? You can get my approval for someone else to have my phone number. But let's ask me
and
first.
Then I think this will be good on an Ignite level with my Ignite girls. I feel like...
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I feel like, yes, I do. Ignite and even the young adult ladies, because it's not many of them. But I think if we can, like you said, get it on the front end, that would help us. So
that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, we'll work on that. All right, let's pray and we'll head out. God, I thank you so much for this time together. God, thank you for our bodies that you have given to us. You've blessed us with. You created from the dust of the earth. We're made in your image and in your likeness. And God, as we walk out of here today, I know many times we come to church and we leave and we say things like, we will never be the same. But God, I pray today that the phrase, we will never be the same, shows up in our lives immediately. God, I thank you that we receive the knowledge that we have and we turn it into wisdom that's used in order to make our lives better. We're thinking about what we're eating. We're thinking about what we're drinking and how much we're drinking. We're thinking about how we are moving. We're thinking about what we're putting into our bodies. whether medical, whether supplements. Oh, Doc, we forgot to talk about that. And God, I'm thanking you that whatever it is that, we need to adjust. Holy Spirit, give us the wisdom and the guidance on how to do this. Holy Spirit, you just remind us of the discipline that we should have in order to do what we need to do because of what God has given us. And so we thank you now that as we leave to head home, we'll get there. Everything will be just fine the way we left it, and we'll travel safely. In Jesus' name, amen. Doc, talk to us real quick about supplements real fast.
If you had to take two things, it's vitamin D and calcium. Vitamin D and calcium for bone health, right? Blood vessel health. Also can really help with some inflammation stuff. For us as Black people, people of color, 4,000 units of vitamin D3 per day. 4. I take 5,000 because it comes in a 5,000 unit capsule, okay, per day. When I'm sick, I take 10,000. So I start feeling a little sniffly and all that, increase to 10,000 for 5 to 7 days, back down to 5. For people who are not Black, Caucasian people take 2,000 units of vitamin D a day. We have melanin that blocks sunlight, which is where you get vitamin D, and so that's why we have to take more. Calcium is 1,200 milligrams. 1,200 milligrams of calcium. All right, those two things. We're coming up on flu season, 2,000 of vitamin C for sure. Vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium. Those are the three things I'd say absolutely. And then iron isn't, if you're still cycling, you should be taking iron, just, with your regular women's multivitamin a day. But vitamin D and calcium to protect that bone, because once it's gone, it's gone. Yes, ma'am. It's not bad. Magnesium, some people use it for weight loss. Some people use it for gut health. Yeah, that's not bad. Some people use it for sleep. Not bad. Yeah, sleep. Yes, ma'am. She said she's a vegetarian. That's really good. Vitamin B12 for vegans and vegetarians that aren't eating meat. B12 is very important. That's good. Anything else? Yes. So I'm cheap. I wait for the buy two, get one free, or the buy one, get one free at Kroger and Walmart. But if you want to spend $50 a month and go to GNC, I honestly have had my levels checked. Everything's been fine. I had my bone density. So my Kroger brand, buy one, get one free, big old fit. And I do fish oil to protect my cholesterol. So your fish oil. And I take cranberry extract to protect my urinary system. But if you had to take 3, vitamin D, calcium, vitamin C. I take cranberry, so I have to drink cranberry juice with my diabetes. And then, what was the other thing I said? Fish oil to protect your cholesterol. Yes. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. What happens? What is it? Are you talking about is it like shellfish? No, this is not. This is more like a salmon. Fish oils. You should be fine. Is it an anaphylactic reaction? Hives and stuff. Yeah, it's like krill. You should be fine with that. Yeah. Somebody else? Yes. Can you take these vitamins at the same time? Because some of them like that you shouldn't take them at the same time. Girl, just get them in there. We'll worry about the rest of it later. Just take them. That's too confusing, right? Oh God, I can't have to take this one with orange juice. Oh my gosh, I can't have to take this one with a meal. Girl, take them. You'll be fine. You'll be good.
What was the dosage for vitamin C?
Vitamin D for Blacks is 4,000. I take 5 because it comes in a 5,000 capsule. C is 2,000, and your calcium is 1,200 milligrams. Yes, ma'am.
Real quick, my kidney transplant doctor, took me off of D3 because my calcium levels were high.
Okay.
So is that the correct thing to do?
We're going to let your doctor do that with you with your transplant because that's over my head, kind of. And it would be wrong for me to tell you anything against what your doctor was saying. Okay? Anything else? Mwah!